Hello everyone, I'm Swathi. So this is my day 14 of assignment. The first question is when do we perform regression testing and what are testing artifacts or deliverables for tester before production release? So when do we perform regression testing is once when the tester tests the functionalities on a QA server and all the features works well, like everything gets passed, then the tester basically do a regression testing. So regression testing is performed when changes are made to the existing functionalities of the software. So what are testing artifacts or deliverables means? Uh, it means something like a file created during testing. For example, the log file is an artifact, or if your test create temporary files, they are artifacts, or if your test downloads images, those are artifacts. So test artifacts are by products that are created while performing software testing, like test strategy, test plans, test scenarios, test cases, test reports, etc. So these generated test artifacts are then shared with clients and testing team. So, for example, sharing a regression testing report, release sign off email, and release notes are the deliverables for tester before production release. So, let's move on to the next question. Explain the step by step product development process. So let us assume like a sprint planning activities. So there are different actors in the sprint planning activities. One is a client or product owner and business analyst, scrum master and UI UX designer, then backend and front end developer and manual and automation QA tester. So here in the pre-sprint planning activity, first the client or product owner share his or her requirements or ideas. Then the business analyst will gather that requirement and analyze and does a QA session and then create a backlog user stories. Then the Scrum Master will do a backlog grooming and create a sprint in Jira. And product manager will do a team coordination here and plans for the project management. And in the and the UI UX designer will design some specific elements. Then the backend developer will set up some environment for developer, QA, product owner, and automation. And the front end developer will set up in his local system. And so the manual tester will design test plans, and the automation tester will set up the software and design automation test plans. So like this, the product development happens in the step by step process. Here we can have a sprint uh, size like one day 1 to 5, uh, or like from 1 to 2 weeks to finish or to release the product or to deploy the product. Let's move on to the third question. What are some of the reasons of missing a bug by a tester? There are multiple reasons. One is lack of coverage and lack of documentation that caused the team to not understand the feature completely, and regression issue and the deployment issue, etc. So the fourth question is what is the release notes? Explain the help of an example. A release note is technically documented, which is produced and distributed along with the launch of a new software product or software or a product update. For example, recent changes or uh, or feature enhancement or a bug fix. It briefly describes a new product. So that's all for today. Thank you.